you're listening to the Gathering in Real Life podcast. I'm your host, Melody Juwan, and I'm here joined with someone from our band. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, y'all. I'm Colton Gamble.
What do you do, Colton?
I play the bass, just vibing out of there.
What do you do? What's your hobby?
Music, pretty much.
Really?
I sing.
Wait, yes, you sing. Sing something right now.
Right now?
Your favorite song. Okay.
That's it. That's the song.
That's so good. Okay. So we were looking for fun things to talk about before we start, in depth into our conversation.
Right.
And Colton found a really good icebreaker. So hit it.
If you could lose one limb, which limb would you lose?
And why?
Yes, and why?
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay, so I thought about this for a little bit of time. And I think the smartest decision would be my left leg.
Why the left?
Okay, yes, I know. Why the left? First of all, I need my hands for a lot of things.
Okay.
To play the piano, to crochet, to write things, right? Okay. And then I need my right leg.
To drive.
Yes. Okay, to drive. And I was thinking the pedal for the keyboard. I was thinking
You were thinking about piano and not a car.
Yes, because we have taxis, we have Ubers, we have Lyft.
Okay, but driving is therapeutic for me. So if I couldn't drive, that'd be just...
So are you going to choose the same limb as me?
No, I'm definitely going with my right arm because, fun fact,
are you right-handed?
I'm left-handed. I know.
That's news to me.
So I never use my right hand for anything.
So does everything smudge? Do you have to use a different type of scissors?
Yes. So when I'm writing with a pencil, it all gets drugged through the lead. And highlighters are the worst.
Oh, okay. I bet, because everything...
Yeah, but I could actually see what I'm highlighting.
Do you think there could be an invention for a left pen?
A left pen?
A pen that you would use with your left hand. No, that
I feel no. I just have to write that.
So tell me this. Do you use gel pens at all? Because they probably don't even...
They're the worst. If I have a choice, I won't, but sometimes I just have to.
If you had a choice, you would write with a pencil?
Yeah. Because at least I can wash it off.
Okay, but then you can't play bass, and you just said that music was your hobby.
Sing. I could only sing then.
And you're okay with just giving up all instruments? Or you can play with your feet. There's some really cool people that
really?
Yeah.
Just whack some bongos with my feet.
You play the bass, Colton. You don't play the bongos.
Okay, but I could learn.
Or you could do it like a tambourine on your foot and
just hold it between the toes.
No, you strap it to your shoe.
No.
Yes, there's things like that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna go on to our topic.
The foot musician. That's what they call me in high school.
That was our band name in high school. Oh my gosh. Okay. Moving on, Colton.
Okay.
We are going to talk about authenticity today.
Okay.
And I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
First, actually, I wanted to read the definition of authenticity.
Okay.
I almost tripped up my words there. Okay. The first definition is not false or copied, genuine and real.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Right.
The third one was representing one's true nature or beliefs and true to oneself.
Right.
That's authenticity means. So, what does it mean to you, Colton?
I feel if something's authentic, I can just look at it and then it'll be what it is. There are no hidden things behind it.
Right. So what you see is what you get.
Right.
Yeah. Do you when you talk about a person, what does that look like for you?
Just within I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes of talking to them, I can already tell their personality, favorite things to do, stuff like that.
You know what? It's all about the first impressions for me.
Right.
Sometimes when you meet people and they're just oh, I do this and this and this, you're oh,
okay. I just want to say I make terrible first impressions.
You do?
Yes.
That's false.
Really?
I think so.
I don't
remember.
I definitely, when I met you, I just walked past you because I was having a terrible day.
Oh.
I think I said hi, but that was it.
Was that your authentic self, though?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, anyways, going on to the next question. Okay. When do you think you're the most authentic?
I think I'm the most authentic when I'm around people that are close to me. So friends or family, stuff like that.
Right. And I think that's really interesting that you say that because it's in one of our questions, but I think I'm the most authentic with people that truly love me for who I am.
Right.
And that happens to be the people that you surround yourself with, because why would you surround yourself with people that don't like you?
That's just silly.
True. Okay, so moving on, what is the hardest thing about being your authentic self?
I feel like the hardest thing would definitely be just, I know it's in the question, but just being me. Like, I feel like so many times I can just like put up barriers, especially when I'm like meeting people like, oh, what if they don't like me and stuff like that, which I know is like really bad. But
so would you think like people's opinions are the things that kind of get in the way from you?
Yeah, I always try to like not ignore them, but like don't let them bother me. But I always end up
That's
just
true.
not.
It's so hard. It's
Yeah.
so hard, especially, which we're going to talk about, our Christian walk in worship, because we specifically are on stage a lot.
Right.
There's a lot of people that see us up there, and there's probably a lot of opinions that run through their mind. So how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's, like I said, you just got to get over it at some point. Like I went through this phase in my early teen years. I'm like halfway through at this point. And like I would get embarrassed because my mom was wearing something like this bright green hoodie. I'm like, man,
You're like, gosh dang, Mom.
Mom, stop. There are girls here, Mom. No, but now I just like adopted this mentality of like, I'm going to do me. And if you have an issue with that, sucks.
No, it's true though. It's true though, because at the end of the day, you're not going to make everyone happy.
Right.
And so how would you say that you've dealt with authenticity in worship specifically?
Oof. So I remember Mix, our summer camp for 7th, 8th graders.
Okay.
I went and I'm like, man, these people who are waving their hands around,
Right.
that's crazy.
Right.
But then like by the end of the week, I'm like, okay, I can kind of
You're
get
like,
into this.
Lord.
See, I tried to
Holding
do that.
the TV and raising, you know, the...
Yeah. So I just, like, my thought process was, okay, if I raise my hands, everyone's going to look at me and be like, what is this dude doing?
Right.
So, like, I'd say that was, like, a major part of me growing spiritually was, like, learning to express my faith and worship outwardly.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I talk about this all the time, but everyone expresses things in different ways.
For sure.
And so there's some people that are sitting down and just engaged with worship as much as the other person walking around and raising their hands.
Right.
And sometimes that's hard for me because I'm a very expressive person and I go both ways. I go, if I am like, you know, when we film sometimes,
Right.
if I'm not really engaging and lifting my hands, are people going to judge me? Or sometimes when we're in the room and I'm lifting my hands, I'm like, are people going to judge me? You know, it's like this coin that always flips and I'm like, ah.
Right. Yeah, I started off worshiping like low-key. I was like, okay, I'm a low-key guy. This is who I am. But then I'm like, man, I'm not really feeling anything. So I like tried the hand raising thing and it was just all over from there. That was it.
Okay, so has there ever been times where you felt really fake in both like Christian walk and worship? Why did you laugh?
Because no, literally like my 8th grade year, the beginning of it was terrible for that because I'd like go to youth group and then I'd get home and then you couldn't tell that I'd been to youth group recently.
Right.
Just because like I'd go to school and I'd say bad things with not the best of people around me. I don't look back on that time fondly. Let me just say that.
Right. So I think it's so easy to be really fake in your walk with Christ.
Right.
And I think we see it all around us, unfortunately. And so now that you've seen kind of yourself in that area and you've grown from that, you can look back and be like, oh yeah, that was past Colton.
Right.
What are practical ways to avoid falling into an inauthentic walk with Christ?
So for me, something that I had done to keep myself in check recently is just like reflect over the day and like certain situations. If Jesus had seen me like in those situations, would he be able to definitively tell that I'm a follower of him or not? And that's like been my standard of.
Has that convicted you a lot in different areas?
Yeah. Like especially when I first started doing it, like at school, I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Right. I think it's all about like motive, like you were saying, like why are you doing what we're doing? You know, why are you on that stage? Are you raising your hands just because everyone else is? Or is this truly coming out of an overflow of worship?
Right.
And I think the same for like, I wrote down a relationship with the Lord. I think that's a way that I can tell, am I really walking an authentic walk with Christ? Because it's this back and forth with Jesus. Like, am I just going to church because I'm just going, or because it's just my job, you know? Or am I really being an active pursuer in worship and in sermons and all this stuff? So I don't know. I think that was such a good point of like, hey, if Jesus was here right now, would he be proud of the person that I am? Yeah. And also probably looking back, would now Mel be proud of past Mel and all the things she's done to really pursue the Lord?
Right.
Any other thoughts about authenticity, Colton?
I'm just trying to think. Sometimes, like I think you mentioned it, like becoming like a job to you, which I know that it is, you work here, but like back when I first started doing camera, I'd like see the time I was scheduled for and be like, okay, I need to be here at this time. And then it just felt like a job at that point. Like I was just going to do the thing and then go home.
Right.
And so I feel like overcoming that sense of I need to be here, and then turning that into an I want to be here feeling has just been another huge thing for me. That's good too.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, I don't know if a lot of you have this choice, but sometimes when I was little, I did not have the choice if I could go to church or not. I would literally just have to go. And it became, I would roll out of bed. I would be like, we all have to go to first and second service. And so it was just, you know, I'm hearing the message over again. I'm hearing the songs over again. And I would tune out everything. So I think like you said, in jobs and situations like that, it's so easy to just be there and tune out everything and just go home and live life. But if we're really trying to work on our Christian walk and we're trying to grow and get better at what we do, we need to constantly be putting ourselves in check. Good stuff, Colton.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
No more authenticity for you, Colton?
No, this has actually been my authentic 15 minutes of the day. It's
really?
Over now.
Okay, good. Guys, you saw the authentic Colton Gamble.
This is it. You're not getting anything else. Sorry.
Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in. We're so excited that you're here and you're listening. We come out with podcasts every Monday, so stay tuned for more.
They
right,
are
Colton?
Fire. They are absolutely
Have you
fire.
listened to them?
Yes.
Which one was your favorite?
I think the one with Brett, just because I'm also a musical person.
That's true.
So I could, like,
that one
relate
was a
to
fun
lot
one.
It was.
That was good. Anyways, peace out, guys. Thanks for listening.